Flower day, even when it rains, some people still get flowers. Just the other day, Martin's granddaughter dropped by and gave him a bouquet of lilacs. It was nearly hailing out there, and it wasn't even flower day, but there she was. It made Martin the happiest man in the world, and the rest of us mighty jealous. Some of my other neighbors aren't so lucky. Ms. DeVito's been waiting for years now, or so it seems. She's kept the same arrangement that she received all that time ago, but they've wilted beyond recognition. Poor lady. On the other hand, Peter What's-His-Face left us for good after his eldest son brought him some flowers, so there's that too, I suppose. If nothing else, flower deliveries break up the day. I can only listen to Martin and Ms. DeVito blabber on for so long. Everybody runs out of things to say, given time. And boy, there's plenty of time to go around. If the visitors and their flowers are the best part of the day, the worst has to be the new arrivals. It's crowded as is, even if some people eventually leave. We have a strange system here, I admit. New people arrive at all hours and the old vets, like myself, could really just stay here forever, if we so choose. That's not even really a problem though, if I'm being honest. The real problem is the state in which the newbies arrive. Some are so disoriented, it takes years for them to finally calm down enough to interact at all. I guess that makes sense though, considering, I'm starting to worry I'm the new Ms. DeVito. Haven't had any visitors or flowers delivered in months. Probably shouldn't overreact though, just have to be patient. In the back of my mind, however, the option of leaving is growing more appealing. If I left, I'd no longer have to wait for visitors here. I'd be a free man, so to speak. I mean, plenty of people leave. Some leave in a couple of minutes. Others take a year, or 30, I think it all comes down to courage. If I were more courageous, I'd have left long ago. But the joy I get from my visitors, however infrequent, keeps me waiting. Just seeing my wife, our children, or anyone else who happens to visit re-energizes me like you wouldn't believe. After months like this, though, the thought starts creeping in, maybe it's time to go. The thought always says that. Then we have an argument. I guess I win though, because I'm still here, aren't I? The thought is there now again, and I'd really like it to find something better to do. The longer I go without visitors, the louder the thought becomes. I was really thinking it over this time. Until Martin called out to me, "Hey neighbor." He didn't say anything else, forcing a response. "Hey yourself, Martin, do you know what today is, Matt?" Not a clue. I answered honestly, "It's November 7th, thought you'd like to know, Martin, you're a lifesaver, that's one way to put it." Martin trailed off, already busy conversing with another neighbor. Just one little conversation can change so much. Today's November 7th. That means in 2 weeks it'll be the 21st, the most important flower day of them all. I guess I'll wait around a bit longer. Tomorrow is just another flower day for most people. For me, it's the biggest flower day of the year. Flower days occur intermittently, every birthday, and anniversary, if applicable. Multiple anniversaries with multiple people too, if applicable. This flower day will be a special one. Not only is it that day of the week when most visitors come, it's also my 45th anniversary with my wife, Annabelle. Such an amazing woman, that Annabelle. I guess a 45th anniversary is a big one. Even if Martin's got me beat by 2 years, and he'll never let me hear the end of it. I try not to let him or anyone else bother me. I'm just here for my wife anyway. And Annabelle would come to visit me even if it were our 45th day anniversary. That's just the kind of spectacular that she is. The last couple years, Annabelle has brought something else with her, besides the same old flowers. A handwritten letter has been magically appearing from her purse. She pulls it out, clears her throat, and then reads it to me aloud. It really is the nicest thing. I'd bet good money that Ms. DeVito boils over with rage as she pretends to not listen to my sweet Annabelle's letters. The last 2 letters have been especially inspired, though it pains me to see Annabelle cry. Hopefully she won't cry this year. Flower Day is upon us. Annabelle was first through the gates this morning, arriving just after the sun peeked over the horizon. She was wearing a lovely purple sundress and was careful where she stepped in her heels. I knew she'd come, so why did I feel so excited? Some things never change, I guess. She knelt down and handed over my flowers. The dozen red roses matched her lipstick as she gifted me with a smile. I received them, as if I had any other choice. She made sure they were spaced perfectly apart, fluffing them like a pillow before.
A stranger's backstory, at the last bench in a public park, it's my zone. Lonely, and gloomy clouds were always up there hanging. I always come there to complete a very important task, cry till I satisfied. I know that I am not a kid anymore, I am 12. I had to stay strong, I don't had to cry, but those tears were rolling down against my will and I just can't stop them. They were stubborn like me. As quickly as I hit that place they started flowing. And the worst part is, I don't know how to stop them. I am doing the same work every day. Wake up, attend my school, come that park, cry, and then leave. But today is a bit different. While I am sobbing, I heard a voice, "Did something happen, kid? Here, take that napkin," and when I looked up it's a middle-aged person about 30 or 35, offering me a handkerchief. I looked him head to toe and yes, he was a middle-aged person, with a quite good sense of clothing. But, his expressions were quite calm and comforting. But, after looking him for a while, I again covered my face and ignored his offer. Under my arm I am only thinking, did he saw my puffed eyes? Oh. No, I don't want to face someone or talk, I came there to cry, so, please let me do it. I just wanted him to leave me as he leave a pebble on a street. But I think, like every day, it is another hapless day of mine. He sit besides me on a same last bench where I am doing an important daily work. And he asked again, "Hey kid, are you crying?" I am very frustrated about my situation and I tell him, "No, I am not crying, Tita, there's something in my eyes." I am not, and then because I tell that, I am not shading tears, I recognize all events which were happened with me today and then I started sobbing again. That person asked me again, "Did something still hurting your eyes?" And I said yes, in my reply. I know it clearly that I am crying and that middle-aged person making fun of me. But I can't do anything. I wanted him to leave that park as soon as he can, but what I am gonna tell him? Leave that place, 'cause I am crying like a baby and not willing to show my tears to a stranger. No, I can't tell him. He'll making fun of me again. Oh. It's so annoying, after a while when I looked up in hope that he maybe left. But he still's there watching me. It pissed me off and I tell very rudely, "If you are willing to stay at that park don't stare at me like that," but that person keep viewing me and he tells, "Did your family did something that hurts your feelings?" I am shocked. How did he know that? And again he read my face. He tells, "You sure were thinking how I know that." I nodded my head as an answer and he said, "'Cause I came from future, to help you." I shouted, "What?" and he chuckled and tell me, "Nah. Just kidding. I am a psychiatrist. And I am pretty good in reading people's faces, before they know. And your swallow eyes clearly shows that you are facing hard time. Am I right, kid? And if you want someone to listen your worries, I am there." His words were comforting but they sounds annoying, but I can't deny the fact that he's a really nice person who worried for a kid like me. If there's someone else in my position maybe he already spilled the bean, in front of his flattering words, but I don't want to, 'cause a boy's pride shed into pieces when he took someone else's help. No, I can't ask for his help, so, after a big sigh I thanked him for caring about me and I also clear that, I don't want to share anything to him. It's against my rules. After that answer he's thinking something. So, I covered my eyes again, I heard someone's footsteps, maybe he leaves, and after a while, when I opened my eyes to confirm, he's not there. Maybe he went out of that park. It's not his fault, anyone who is in his place would do that. After all, who wanted to handle a child like me? And I again can't control my tears. They were very stubborn, they only need a reason to flow down. I already order them to stop flowing. But I am failed in that simple task too. I am really useless, useless. Who tells you that you are useless? A bit familiar voice comes in front of me. I looked up and it was him. An old man from future. He went out of the park to get something to drink. He gave me a soda can and again asked the same question. Who calls you useless? And as usual, to show myself strong, I replied foolishly, nothing, no one tells me that. I am cursing myself. I know that it's a stupid reply, but I did it because a man had to learn to fight alone. He looked me and smiled softly towards me. His smile was really nice. Anyone never smiles for me like that. It calms my all anxieties, and for a while I was thinking to spit out my worries in front of him, but I can't. 'Cause a men never cry or speak out their worries. I am drinking that soda and thinking deeply about my situation. I forget that stranger still sets his eyes on me. And